Palestine, Israel, the Red Sea, Yemen, the USA. The curtain on the world stage is being pulled down with increasingly complex events in the Middle East. The strong support provided by the United States to Israel and China's influence in the region may herald a new era in international relations. On a stage where the conflicts in the Middle East are being examined, we will discuss the role of China and the implications of this role for regional and global dynamics. China, which is seen as a global leader, has created expectations about what it will do concretely when it takes world leadership from the United States. China's attitude in the Israel-Gaza conflict has become a topic worth studying, along with surprise developments and possible changes in the course of global trade. In order to follow our content, you can subscribe to our channel and support us by clicking on the like button. So how is China's general attitude in Gaza? The conflict in Gaza, which has been going on for about 3 months, continues to be a complex problem that international mechanisms have failed to produce a solution, and it is too late for a solution. The United States' support for Israel at any cost has made Middle Eastern countries turn to China. The People's Republic of China has always stood out for its fundamental principle of non-political or military intervention in a region outside its country. However, after the Israeli attack on Gaza on October 7th, China's statement of absolute support for the people of Gaza was interpreted as a violation of the principle that dominates its foreign policy. The diplomatic contact group formed by the Organization of Islamic Cooperation first visited Beijing to discuss the Gaza issue. China is seen as having the global capacity to solve the crisis. The fact that he holds the rotating presidency of the United Nations Security Council makes him stand out as an actor in the field of security. The Beijing government does not want the region to interfere due to its intense and deep economic presence in the region. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi called for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza, reiterating that the only way for peace is the two-state solution. Wang Yi has criticized Israel for its persecution of the Palestinians for more than half a century. He described the current genocide as a war that crosses the boundaries of self-defense, drawing attention to the increasing civilian casualties in Gaza every day. He said, "No conscientious and responsible country can allow these tragedies to continue," said. Chinese official sources announced that urgent humanitarian are more than self-defense. Mao Zedong, the founder of the People's Republic of China, had provided weapons to Palestinians all over the world in order to support the Palestinians' national liberation movement. In the following years, China normalized its economic and political relations with Israel and established a billion-dollar commercial relationship. However, it seems that China continues to openly support the Palestinians. In recent statements, Chinese officials and Chinese President Xi Jinping have stated that an independent Palestinian state should be established. On Chinese social media, some users compared Israel's actions to the Nazis and accused that genocide is being inflicted on the Palestinians. The stabbing of a family member of a person working at the Israeli embassy in China has further increased tensions. The political relations that have reached this point today are usually connected with economic policies. Let's not pass by without touching on the economic part. Let's also take China's economy under the lens. China's economy is based on oil imports. It is believed that half of the oil it imports also comes from the Gulf. Middle Eastern countries are playing an important role in China's Belt and Road Initiative. On the other hand, China's involvement in the crisis in the region may be a golden opportunity to strengthen its image. China has a great strategic interest in ensuring peace and stability in the Gulf. A regional war that will disrupt oil supplies may also cause the wheel of the economy to stop in China. As for the issue of China's main interests in the Middle East, this is neither the Palestinian case nor the Israeli one. Undoubtedly, China's main area of interest in the region is the Gulf. China is considered the world's largest energy importer. In 2022, China imported about 53.6% of its total oil imports, worth $365.5 billion from the Gulf. A quarter of Saudi Arabia's oil exports also go to China, which accounts for more than 16% of China's total oil imports. Compared to the large mutual exchange of goods and services with the Gulf, the economic interaction between China and Iran seems to be much smaller and far from equivalence. In 2022, China bought 58% of Iran's oil exports. It accounts for only 6% of China's total oil imports. It is very important for China to secure energy supplies from the Middle East, to build its military-industrial complex and realize its economic growth. It is also in China's interest to ensure the stability of the Gulf region and to keep the sea passages and straits open through which oil is transported from the Gulf to China Jewel. As a result, China's strategic goal is to ensure peace and stability in the Middle East. Therefore, maintaining the delicate balance of power between various regional powers will increase the likelihood of stability in the region. What is happening in the Red Sea? To better understand the situation in the region, let's examine it. The Red Sea has a strategic importance, especially in terms of oil transportation, and is one of the most important maritime trade routes in the world. This sea route, which connects Europe, Asia, and Africa, hosts the transportation of millions of tons of cargo every year. Any conflict in this region directly affects the world trade routes and the flow of oil. In the first half of 2023, 12% of the total global seaborne trade, 10% of the total oil, and 8% of liquefied natural gas passed through this line. More than 17,000 ships pass through this canal every year. Therefore, security is an important issue for this line. The fact that the attacks carried out by the Houthis in the Red Sea take place in the Red Sea, one of the main arteries of global trade, shows that the problem will have global implications. After the targeting of shipping vessels, some of the world's largest shipping companies were forced to change the route of their ships at serious costs. The attacks are expected to raise oil prices on a global scale. So, what is the strategy of China, which has a large number of merchant ships passing through the region, on this issue? First of all, China's attitude on this issue was remarkably passive. While favoring the continuation of regional stability, he avoided direct intervention. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Wang Wenbin indirectly referred to the U.S. military and diplomatic influence in the region, stressing that especially large countries with influence should play a constructive and responsible role in ensuring the security of sea routes in the Red Sea. A spokesman for the U.S. State Department said that the Houthi attacks on international shipping have also had a negative impact on China, adding that they would welcome China to play a constructive role in preventing such attacks. As the tension in the Middle East is rising every day, China has stepped in against Houthi attacks on ships in the Red Sea. China has reportedly put pressure on Iran to rein in the attacks of the Yemeni Houthis, who have announced that they will continue their attacks until the war in Gaza stops.